Day 12, back in Canada, southern Ontario. It's 13 degrees here. Got quite the little rainstorm last night. There was tornado warnings in southern Ohio. I was in mid-Ohio. Change of plans. Picked up the load and I'm dropping it in Toronto and picking up a load that brings me half an hour closer to home. Imagine I'll be grabbing an empty from where I'm dropping that load and heading home. That'll be tomorrow night I'll get home. 2 13-hour days coming up. Or 13-hour driving days anyway. It's quite a change going from minus 10 to 15 to, well, it's 14 degrees now. Got a pretty strong southerly wind. Usually when you have a south wind in Canada, or at least in eastern Canada, it's gonna be warm in the winter. Warmer than usual. And it's blowing pretty strong, probably 50, 60 kilometers an hour, 30 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour. Somewhere around there. Land of wind turbines. In this stretch of I don't know, probably 70 kilometers or so, there's wind turbines everywhere. There's probably a good 1,000 of them. You see them go on forever for both sides of the highway. The highways are finally drying. It's pretty brutal when you're in salty conditions. You can't, it doesn't take no time at all for your windows to become covered in salt. Not so much the windshield, because you got windshield wipers, but the side windows and your mirrors, you can't see anything. It's not fun. They're relatively clean right now. Just had a little detour in Detroit. They got the interstate closed down. I think they're doing construction on the new bridge that's crossing the border there. I think it's the Gordie Howe. They're naming it the Gordie Howe Bridge. I know the owner of the Ambassador Bridge isn't too happy about it. Gonna lose a lot of money. But I see they're also working on the customs booth lanes that they partially constructed years and years ago but never opened. I don't know if the two bridges are going to compete, or one's going to be cars only, one's trucks. I have no idea. I don't cross there that often, so not really paying attention to it. Just what I see in truck magazines and stuff. But winter and into spring. I remember when I was a kid growing up in Ontario. It was further east, Trenton, Ontario. Every single day during the winter, I'd be out tobogganing on the hill that was close to my house. Nowadays, with global warming, and yes, it is a thing, I'd say, well, since I've been doing long haul for the last 19 years, you'd be lucky to get on that hill 5 or 6 days of winter, because there's no snow. When I was a kid, there was always snow. As soon as winter hit, you knew there was snow. You might have the occasional day that got above zero and melted some snow, but not enough to get grass. But southern Ontario, there's like no snow. You gotta go east towards Montreal, and then it's only maybe the last 100 kilometers on the 401 you get snow. Northern Ontario, that's a totally different story. They're covered in snow now, and they'll be covered to probably April, maybe the mid-April. I don't know. I don't really know how long winter lasts up there, but I remember when I was a kid, this would be 30 some years ago, there was always snow in southern Ontario, at least in Trenton. I don't know about Toronto. It's always a couple of degrees hotter in Toronto because of the heat from the city, but when I lived in Trenton, maybe an hour and a half away from Toronto, always snow. All winter. Never melted. Now, you're lucky to have snow on the ground 4 or 5 days of winter. But that's the update for now. Might come back later. Talk to you later.